Have you ever heard a sound that sent a shiver down your spine, a sound that seemed to carry a message from beyond? Today we are journeying to a remote, windswept village nestled in the forgotten folds of the countryside, a place known for a peculiar and unsettling legend, the story of the bell that never rang. Imagine a small stone church, its steeple piercing the gray sky like a needle. Perched within that steeple is a massive bronze bell, green with age and verdigris. But this is no ordinary bell. The villagers will tell you in hushed tones that it hasn't been rung by human hands for over a century. The rope that once pulled its mighty clapper has long since rotted away, yet on certain days its solemn deep toll echoes across the valleys. And when it does, everyone knows what it means. The legend says the bell tolls on its own, a single resonant chime that travels on the wind. It doesn't ring for celebrations, for weddings, or for Sunday service. It rings for only one reason, to announce that someone's time has come. They call it the death knell, a supernatural harbinger that foretells a departure from this world. The stories are passed down through generations. There was old Elara, the village herbalist. One calm summer afternoon, the bell tolled. It was a clear day, not a breath of wind to stir the leaves. The sound was so distinct, so lonely. Villagers looked at each other, their faces pale. Within the hour, word spread that Elara had passed away peacefully in her sleep. Coincidence? Perhaps. But then there was the tale of the fisherman Finian lost at sea during a brutal storm. His family waited for days, clinging to hope. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, the bell chimed once more. Its sound was mournful, carried on the salty air. The next morning, wreckage from Finian's boat washed ashore. Hope was extinguished, replaced by the grim certainty the bell had delivered. How could this be? The rational mind screams for an explanation. Is it the wind? A structural flaw? The church was built on a peculiar geological fault line. Some geologists speculate that subtle seismic shifts, too small for humans to feel, could be just enough to nudge the massive clapper against the bell's inner wall, creating that single haunting chime. A fascinating theory, but it doesn't quite explain the timing, does it? How could these micro-tremors align so perfectly with the final moments of a person's life? Others look to more mystical explanations. The village was founded on ancient grounds, a place rumored to have been sacred long before the church was ever built. Local folklore speaks of a guardian spirit bound to the land, a spirit that watches over its people even in their final moments. Could the bell be its voice? A way of communicating a transition, a final farewell from the spirit of the place itself? This guardian, they say, doesn't cause death but simply acknowledges it, ringing the bell as a sign of respect, a solemn salute to a life concluded. It's a comforting thought in a way that even in the loneliest of departures, something is bearing witness. The story gets even stranger. During a particularly harsh winter decades ago, a plague swept through the region. The village was hit hard. The local doctor, a man of science and reason, scoffed at the legend of the bell. He worked tirelessly day and night, but as the sickness claimed victim after victim, the bell began to toll with unnerving frequency. One day it would chime for the baker, the next for a child down the lane. The doctor, exhausted and heartbroken, started keeping a log. Every single chime, he noted, was followed by news of another, passing within hours. His scientific skepticism began to crumble, replaced by a chilling respect for the unexplainable. On the last page of his journal, found after he too succumbed, were the words, "The bell rang for me today." The sound was peaceful. This turns the legend on its head. Is the bell a terrifying omen, or is it something else entirely? A form of spiritual comfort? A final, gentle notification that a soul's journey is complete? For the villagers, it has become a part of life's natural cycle. They no longer fear the sound. Instead, they hear it, bow their heads in a moment of quiet reflection, and say a silent prayer for the departed neighbor. It's a shared moment of community grief and acceptance, all prompted by one supernatural chime. What's truly fascinating is that no outsider has ever reliably recorded the bell's mysterious toll. Paranormal investigators, documentary crews, and curious tourists have spent weeks camping out, microphones and cameras trained on the steeple, only to be met with silence. It seems the bell performs only for its intended audience, the people of the village. It's their secret, their connection to the thin veil between life and what comes after. So, is it a geological anomaly, a guardian spirit, or a mass auditory hallucination born from generations of folklore? Maybe the answer doesn't matter. The bell that never rang serves as a powerful reminder that there are mysteries in this world that science can't yet explain, phenomena that exist at the edge of our understanding. It teaches a lesson in acceptance, in finding peace with the inevitable, and in the enduring power of a community united by a shared sacred story. The bell remains silent to the outside world, waiting, listening, ready to toll its next and final tribute. What do you think? Is there a logical explanation we're missing, or are some things truly beyond our comprehension? Let me know your theories down in the comments. I read every single one. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the world's greatest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious.